When one sets a PR strategy, one should take care to make sure the strategy is a sustainable one. If, for example, it is decided, as Harry and Meghan have decided, that the main through line in the public strategy is to portray themselves as victims, it should also be taken into consideration that while victimhood might serve to whet the public appetite, it ought to be a short-term focus. At some point, the focus must flip toward the heroic, the victim overcoming the obstacle and emerging triumphant, the victim defeating the villain, which means that one needs a villain. In Harry and Meghan's case, the villain was supposed to be the royal family, but Harry and Meghan did not choose their villain very wisely because the villain needs to be relied upon to recite their lines. Heh heh heh, my little pretty, and all that. But what if the chosen villain refuses to play along? The former president, Trump, would like President Joe Biden to be his villain, but Biden is for the most part unresponsive to Trump's schoolboy taunts. Joe just keeps on governing, passing laws, supporting allies, and advocating for his agenda. Like Joe Biden, the royal family has refused to play along with Harry and Meghan's provocations. They just keep on doing their work. Like Trump, the Sussexes look ever more ridiculous and desperate as they keep punching at a target that simply brushes away the blows and keeps walking, stride unbroken. No doubt, as the U.S. presidential election season gets underway, and if the tragedy of Trump actually becoming the Republican nominee comes to pass, Joe Biden is going to have to punch back at least some of the time, politics being a bit rougher on the participants than royalty, if only because politicians are elected and royalty is not. But we can at least enjoy the little peace that precedes the thick of the election season. Barring a responsive villain, what else does a victim need to make the pivot to triumph? Well, the victim needs to have something to offer besides victimhood. This requirement does not bode well for the Sussexes. The animated television series Pearl, about a young Meghan meeting famous women throughout history that was supposed to be Meghan's signature project, was unceremoniously cancelled by Netflix. This was the only project the duo had going on that didn't have to do with their grievances. The Oprah interview, the Netflix series, Harry's book, all to do with how they are royal and how badly they say they were treated by the royal family when they were within it. Even Meghan's tedious and mistitled podcast, Archetypes, involves the dissection of all the stereotypes that have been, or that Meghan thinks have been, ascribed to her, and now, word has it, she's working on a second series of podcasts and will be able to keep on complaining and whining about bad things people have called her for at least one more season. Even the Invictus project at Netflix, it was the people Harry worked with at the palace when he was still a working royal who put Invictus together for him. He had lots of professional support to pull that off. In terms of Invictus, he's just coasting on what others have created for him. Now, however, we come upon Meghan with a whole new look and learn just days after the new look is revealed to the world that she has also signed with a new talent agency, the storied William Morris Agency. The agency, according to press releases, has not signed her to solicit acting roles for the erstwhile actress, but to supposedly help her with the development of her charity foundation and the relaunch of the TIG and her life as an influencer. The Authentic supposes that the folks at William Morris will also have been enlisted to provide Meghan Markle with a new gimmick, some more appealing and sustainable identity beyond victim, some better MO than resentment. And we wonder how they are going to manage to get one of the world's most vindictive victims to go along with whatever plan they conjure for her. Good luck with that.